have a few things to mention. I'm thankful and appreciate Marita give this opportunity that we can be here. And not only that, Marita has been really helping out this orphanage children in Nepal, built new home for the orphanage Tibetan children. And also besides that, she is also helping Nepalese. They can do something for the self-sustainable work. Thank you so much. Then in connection with the beginning, from here, asked me to come when I come, give an initiation. And I said no. That's one thing. Initiation, we have to understand there are different levels of initiation. Initiation is not connected to the tantric aspect and the mandala, like Chenrezig initiation or Dorje Samba initiation or Medicine Buddha initiation and all these. These are more kind of blessing transferring initiation, connecting the master, connect the, for example, like the disciples to the aspect. From those aspects, then their blessing, master is channeling towards the disciple. That's the way. And if you want to follow the Chenrezig Puja, you don't need initiation. You are free to do. You want to make the purification to the December, you do it. It's free. You don't need initiation. So otherwise, we are very clever to put so many questions. Why and why and why? No answer. Only confusion. Relax. Then about this spiritual aspect, for example, like this highly developed as a Buddha emanation and bodhisattvas or their emanation, they are highly developed, means reach the level of 100% free from the samsaric samsara. Those bodhisattvas in the form of male or female. It's not exactly, we can examine who is Buddha and who is Bodhisattva. This is our emotional field. Forget about it. Pay the faith and think of it. I'm paying my fully devotion to the Buddhas, all the Buddhas, and all the Bodhisattvas. Then, even you visualize the offering, offer to all the Buddhas, all the Bodhisattvas. Just it's our own intention is motivation, and the intention is more needed than Buddhas and Bodhisattvas need. They need nothing. If you think they need, then you are wrong. I say straight. All right? Oh, then, addition with that, what we can add, I pay my fully devotion and respect and trust. Doesn't need to know who is Buddha, know what the Bodhisattva level. Even if you want to know, you will not know anything. Forget about it. Just pay the trust. Then you express your wish. I wish I want to overcome this kind of mental distractions. I want to overcome to transform disharmonic thoughts. I would like, not I want, I would like. I want is solid. I would like. So, bless me, I'm able to overcome. I'm able to develop my bodhicitta. I'm able to develop my compassion. We have the bodhicitta seed in your heart. We have the compassion of a seed. It's there. It's content. But to develop, we also need some kind of support or comfort. Then blessing energy we take as a comfort and support that I'm able to develop that way of a starting point, wish and wish able to. So if you repeat that every day, then it helps to develop our inner strength of love and compassion. If you try to jump into technical way, then you fall down. I tell you straight. Care, we have the care. But what is broken is the conditions. I love my brother, my family. In the Dharma practice, remove my away. I love brother, sisters. I love families. In the family, then category. Human relation family, animal family, insect family, rat family, mouse family. Why not? It's much more broad. And every human, the families. Not only that, spirit families. material God families. The whole family, brother, sister, that's whole way. So, then add all the best wishes. The way we feel many problems mentally, a lot of destructive thoughts raise due to narrow mind. Don't be too narrow mind. Nothing is solid. If there's some kind of hardship, face it. If you try to escape, you use your weakness. If you face, then you use your strength. Facing is developing our strength, not escaping. Face, no matter if you succeed or not, just face it. Facing in connection with physical level, mental level, that's one way of facing. Facing through the meditation, visualizing level. Just visualize this person is always blaming, use blaming words towards me. Then, in the meditation, you watch as you're watching television. Don't connect to your kind of weakness of want to answer back anything. You watch. Then repeat that, repeat that. Then it will reach to another step of when I met that kind of person, I'm able to watch without connect to my emotions. That's a strength. So, we have to develop our own strength by ourselves. We can't borrow the strength from another person. No. Give effort to the meditation. So these are the good abilities. Say, oh, you blame me. I'm innocent. Why you blame me? If I'm innocent, shut up. So that's straight. Let's say, okay? Okay. He has to, this person has to empty all these emotions. Let this person empty. I don't have to answer. Confidence used to the, yes, I'm innocent. That's confidence. When you stand with confidence, you don't bother that much whatever that person says. And you don't really shake. You are not shaken. Confidence, dignity, they can work together. Then another point, when you talk about spirits, or Buddha, Bodhisattvas, all this we talk about. It's good to know. I want to share we talk very much about spirituality. It's quite a language, spirituality. Then spirituality in connection with I don't know if I can say Buddha is spirit or what. Whatever, it's connecting to the developed ones in a way. But it's not always connected to the highly developed ones. No. Nature spirit. There's a tradition to make the ceremony and to give the offerings to the nature spirit and fire spirit, water spirit, mountain spirit, house spirit. There are many spirits. They are in samsaric field. Buddha, Bodhisattvas, they are beyond samsaric spirit, samsaric field, free from the samsara. Those spirits, mountain spirit or whatever, house spirit, whatever, they are in the samsara. They are not free from the suffering. How can you ask, save me to them who are not free from the suffering? Can we do that? Who are unable to save me? The way you can give the offering based on the generosity, friendship between self and the spirit, friendship. When you keep the friendship, they are quite effective on the practically helping, economically or some kind of guiding practically and supporting. Not on the I have the very good reason to tell you straight. Otherwise, you think they are the savior. No, they are not. Not only you, in Tibet, in the East, many. Not only that, in the very old culture, very much connected to the nature spirits. And they look at the nature spirit as a savior. To look at them as savior is wrong, is not. Helper, that's okay, practically. Worldly. So, that's what I want to say very clear. And when you go to get some kind of initiation by any Lama or Dalai Lama, main focus to the blessing transferring, that you keep in the mind, okay? And then to keep initiation vows, detailed vows, and basic vows, there are differences. basically now, as I have mentioned yesterday, is 10 virtues not to develop or not to involve and develop any kind of unvirtuous actions. Do I make clear? To be mindful, but not to involve with the killing, direct killing, directly take things without giving. Directly, so that's one point is very important thing to make clear. You might get some kind of special teachings, like initiation. Then you think, I mean, not you, one thinks, no, I got the initiation, I can give to the others. But as long as one doesn't have the permission from the lineage, then you are stealing. Then that person is stealing the initiation to make oneself more higher, to connect to the selfish ego. That we have to be very much aware. And Dharma talks, general, you don't need lineage. You can share the other people as a sharing. I got this kind of method. You can overcome the fear. That you share. It doesn't need any lineage. Oh. Initiations, they are need fully lineage. And permission, especially tantric initiations, need fully permission from the master.
Question.
Yes.
My stepson, he's really, he's young. He was 4, now he's 9. When he was 4, he was so afraid of ghosts.
Yeah.
So I started to sing Tara for him, Tara to Saha. So he learned that, so he could sleep. And now I tell him to say that. I obviously don't have permission to do that.
That you don't need.
Oh.
That you don't need. It's any kind of tantric aspect in connection with mandala. That kind of that one needed lineage.
Oh.
Yes.
So
And permission.
Kalachakra, those who are not invited should not go there.
No,
Okay.
no. You can just say Tara mantra 1,000 times, that's fine. Nobody will complain.
Very good.
Om Mani Padme Hum, millions. So, that time, for example, like you have this deeper trust or faith into, for example, Tara. And then when you recitate, you are connecting to the Tara blessing. Blessing does not need the lineage and permission. Everyone is connected to the blessing, Tara blessing, Buddha blessing, Bodhisattva blessing. They are connected to us, but we are too ignorant. Hmm? Yes.
Another question. I'm a religion teacher and at gymnasium, and I told them that there is Om Mani Padme Hum mantra, so I had them chant it until they started to get stoned. I thought it was very funny, but afterwards I started to think if I was taking the Lama's position. That was a little bit, I vowed
Well,
to
you
a
are
point.
not taking Lama position, you are in a panic.
That's true.
In a panic, you try to look, what do I have? What do I have? Oh yeah, I have Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. So, anyhow, this I want to make clear. Then, for to develop care and love, for to develop antidotes method, for to develop generosity, all this you connect to the wish by thinking of the all the Buddha Bodhisattvas blessing and bless me, I'm able to develop the true generosity. I'm able to develop the true patience, deeper patience. So that kind of exercise, or meditative exercise, you repeat. Then also, ambition also connect to the wish. I would like to obtain the Bodhisattva's stage. I would like. Please bless me. I'm able to achieve that stage, Bodhisattva stage. Bodhisattva stage is 10 levels. First 6 level is connected to the 6 parameter, what I've been talking. Generosity and all, these 6 points. By stabilizing one by one, then you are kind of developing up to 6 levels. Then after that 6th level, then you have to enter kind of more broad and deep nature to get clearness of deeper nature of existence, deeper nature of thoughts, feelings, illusion, emotion. Then you find that nature of impermanent. So, example, you can get angry towards another person, all right? And that time is the just anger, fresh anger. As long as you do not remind that anger again and again, then you forget that anger. You leave that anger out. All this, because you repeat, reminding, reminding, reminding. Then what to remind? I would like to overcome my anger. I would like to connect to the blessing. That wish you remind. Then there's one point I would say. Sorry, I'm talking. Is it okay?
Yes.
You don't bother.
I have one question.
You bother. Yeah.
How would you recommend, if there is someone far away I would like to pray for? I can't do anything practical, but I could pray for that person. What is the best way?
Just pray.
Okay.
In the Buddhist, all the sentient beings, do you think all of them near to you?
No.
Just say. If you have our level, you have a friend, very good friend, relation. That friend is living far away in Australia, but still mental connection is not distant, you are near. So, physically, mentally, the nearness is much more near with mental level. Physically, distance. So, every sensual being is the mental level, not the physical level. Physical level, you see suffering person, is the reminding of that type of suffering exists in every sensual being societies, not only human. So that's a reminder. You got it? Then due to how we grow up from the culture and tradition, we have one big differences, basically. Like a Tibetan, they grow up in Tibet, who grew up in Tibet. I wouldn't say who was born in out of Tibet, who born in Tibet and grow up certain age, for example, as a Tibetan Buddhist all Tibet is Buddhism is very flourishing, and in Tibet, I remember I was in Tibet until I was 17. I remember there's a Christianity followers, they are the minority group, and there's also Islam group. We live harmonically together. We follow the Christianity in one family to children to young ones, they follow the Christianity. And the other ones, they follow the Buddhism. Same with Islam. So we don't have the Christ in that field. It's nothing to do with the democratic, it's something to do with respect, understanding. So, another point is that faith. Faith, devotion is very, very basic strength for the Tibetans who are born in Tibet, generation to generation. And this is quite much lacking in the development countries like in the West, USA, and many countries. The faith, devotion is not very developed. I can give you an example. I came from the East Tibet, which area called Batang. That kind of small areas, quite many inside Tibet. Within that areas, they have this kind of more, we call it Lama. You can call it master. One highly respected master. So, from Batang area, highly respected master is Lakha Lama. And that kind of, they pay so much deeper faith into. It's not asked to do that, it's more naturally. Even though they get this piece of cloth, they feel it's really holy and protecting. That kind of, even though it's a blind faith, but very stable. So same with the other areas. There's areas have men lama, they pay so much faith, deeper faith. So we have this kind of, well, I'm not complaining, I'm just, how I see it, it's very straight. Interesting Buddhism, interesting to these masters, and more connected to what kind of tools I can get, mentally, psychological tools, to get free from the emotions and illusions. Technique, tool. Lacking is deeper faith, devotion. Not only with the master, also Buddha. You pay the respect and be sweet to what's Buddha, but it's not that deeper faith and deeper devotion. It's not sake of Buddha. Buddha doesn't need, but Sadhguru doesn't need. We need. I need. It's good for me. Faith, devotion, connect to the unconditionally. India in the refugee camp, and I have one master, and he always scolded me. Everything is wrong. I served him 7 years. Let him scold me 7 years. What did I develop? Inner strength. Inner strength in connection with faith, devotion, stable faith, devotion. So it's not just culture and tradition, it's human faith.
Do you see that there is any possibility in the West to develop that kind of faith and devotion? Is it possible at all?
Yes, it's very possible. What we develop is science and technology is very highly developing. Then we use the Dharma little bit compared similar as a technology.
But Lakha Lama, your teachings are technology. You're a mental super toolbox.
Yeah, and you collect. You see that? So those people they pay fully devotion and faith towards Lakha Lama. It was not demanded they should know. They did it independently. And what is my position? I pay my fully respect to them and care whatever I can do. No position. Same here. I pay respect to you. I have no position. But I will share, I'll share without position. You can tell me shut up. I will not shut up. Then talking about the meditation is the best connect to wish. You can think of Buddha, Bodhisattvas, or holy ones, general, but you cannot examine who is Buddha, who is Bodhisattva. Even I cannot examine within this group who are highly developed, I don't know. That's none of my business to judge. If I want to judge, I better judge my own emotions. That's much better. We have the senses more connect to what we see, what we hear. These are the outer appearance. Judge the outer appearance, then we guessing. He looked a little bit sour. Look is not a reality. Look is look. persons more beyond the look. So, better careful not try to judge too much, because you don't know. That's the advice from the Buddha. You don't know. Yes?
May I connect into the aggregates? The aggregates, the fire, nose, eyes, listening, ears, speech, sense, the five aggregates. I'm trying to understand this both from a Buddhistic perspective, and it's said to be physical, and there is a spiritual aspect of the five aggregates. And I've come so far, I understand the physical as mainly physical, brain signals, neurons, things like that. And our meditation is silencing the signals and decrease the signals, so we get peaceful in the physical. But that is only preliminary for the, maybe, would you call it spiritual five aggregates, or something extra human, something energetic, something, I don't get it. I try to understand it. Do you have anything short to say about this, or it's out
We're
of
just in the school.
School?
We're just in the school. Even we don't teach to the college.
I'm going back to the university, that's why I'm asking.
To see there's meaning and purpose, that's first look. That you cannot look through your physical eye. You watch your inner eye. I tell you one experience. Many years ago, I was giving some lecture in Denmark. There are around 100 people there. Then one person stand up and asked me a question: how to use third eye? Because he's in the Lakha Lama's book. So he put me the question. And what I have been answering: close these two eyes. So close these two eyes.
Well, Lakha Lama, I asked you if it was possible to develop that level of faith and devotion in the West, and I understood you said, yes, you have that faith and devotion in technology. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yes.
But connection. We all have the faith and devotion. It is there. Connecting to the technology or connecting to the success, and success is not connected to success free from the suffering is not connected. Success within the field of suffering So then faith and devotion can balance. One side within the field of samsara, other side give some time or some at least 5 minutes to connect to the Dharma. When you connect to the Dharma, faith, devotion, and Dharma is kind of more, by connecting to Dharma, one can get sudden achievement of the free from the destructive manufacture. That's take the first step. Then you share, repeat sharing this. So keep the balance. By that, it will connect to the understanding. As you are very intellectual people, it will connect to the seeing Buddha is great. So then your faith, devotion to the Dharma, to the Buddha. Oh. What advice Buddha has given while he is alive? Monks and intelligent ones, you must examine what I said. As you examine the gold, you cut and you rub, and to see if it's a pure gold or not. You examine. I mean, it's not you just blindly follow and blindly respect. When Buddha said, you examine, Buddha said, you have this ability to examine. And philosophically, ability to examine is more with intelligent ones, not the blind faith ones.
Yes. Isn't it the problem that our faith and devotion in technology is automatic, it is robotic, there is no exertion on our part behind that. If we are to develop faith and devotion in the Dharma, it necessitates exertion. And we are lazy, aren't we?
You can look that way. There's one way of talking.
Okay.
You look back to yourself. There you can find. Because when you look only there, it's occupying completely all space. Look back.
There is much in new science. I think that it's corresponding to religion and, for example, the quantum field theory, and we are all connected. We are energy fields. There is something called the HeartMath Institute. They measure the heart frequency, and they can see that we connect through our hearts. We already know that, but they can prove it scientifically. And so I think there is hope for science and religion and to merge together. So we cannot longer say that, oh, that is science. I only trust what I see, because now science is saying there is something we don't see, something's going on, there is energy, and so it's merging, I think. Yeah.
You know, science, this modern science, is a new one.
Yes.
It's a new phenomenon.
Yeah.
new phenomena also has a connection with old mental science.
Yeah. Yep.
Energy science.
Yep.
It's connected there. But modern people want to see something, want to experience something. So this way, it's more easy to connect to the physically and material elements science. So Dharma is really basic philosophy for the inner side. Okay, let's go ahead and let each other 10 minutes.